The Imperium of mankind is the civilization that is home to most of the untold billions of humans living across the galaxy. More than 10,000 years old, the Imperium is a civilization that is always almost at the brink of extinction due to numerous threats to its existence from without and within. The official leader of the Imperium is the God Emperor of mankind, an immortal, powerful psychic man and genius who united humanity under his banner 10,000 years ago. He is a godly figure. Because of betrayal, he is now little more than an artificially sustained half-dead psychic skeleton locked away deep in his palace on Terra, while he uses his powers to protect the Empire against the forces of hell. In everyday life, the Imperium is actually ruled by a brutal corrupt bureaucracy of administrators, generals, and priests in what can best be described as a theocratic police state where strong religious doctrine and mountains of paperwork keeps everything under at least some kind of control, to defend itself from the many dangers that surround it. The Imperium has many different military and paramilitary organizations, but the two of those you have to know to understand the 40K setting are the Space Marines and the Astra Militarum. The Space Marines are a superhuman force of genetically altered and biomechanically augmented godly warriors originally created as 20 legions with 20 different superheroic demigod Primarch leaders by the God Emperor mankind. The Space Marines are set apart from the rest of human society. This is in part because they're barely human, they're taller and stronger than ordinary humans, and also look somewhat distorted from the human form because of all their implants and extra organs. They have 2 hearts, and they don't die of old age or from most diseases, so some of them are thousands of years old. However, their separation from the rest of humanity is also due to the sometimes pretty bizarre warrior monastic cultures of their Space Marine chapters, to just name a few. The Blood Angels chapter suffer from an almost vampiric disease which stems from the collective trauma of the death of their Primarch 10,000 years ago, which can drive them to go insane and enter a dangerous berserk state during battle. So basically Space Marine are divine angelic warrior with some heavy mental issue. Let's talk about the second arm of Imperium, the Astra Militarum. The Astra Militarum is the other main arm of imperial military power, and instead of betting it all on superhuman augmentation, the Astra Militarum instead finds its strength in the sheer numbers of Imperium-controlled planets that make up the Imperium of mankind. It is basically the human army, consisting of trillions of ground soldiers enlisted from all across the galaxy. Many planets have their own distinct military traditions which also make for a lot of fun world building, and of an insane amount of crude firepower in the shape of mass-produced tanks and artillery sourced from the extremely productive industry of the Imperium. All of which is pretty much geared towards producing for the military. This means that the Astra Militarum pretty closely resembles a slightly futuristic and extremely exaggerated version of a European World War I army. There are many more sub-factions within the Imperium. First, the Adepta Sororitas nuns with guns. Second, the Mechanicum, priest-engineer. Third, the Ecclesiarchy and the Inquisition, basically bureaucracy, just to name a few, but we'll get back to those in the more theme-specific